Welcome one, welcome all. It is time for the show with no name, and as always, we're going to start off with a liftoff.
10,
Come on,
9,
countdown
8,
with me,
7,
amigos.
6,
I need your
5,
help.
4, 3,
We need all the help
2,
we can get here.
1, 0.
Let's do it.
Ignition.
Come on, baby.
Liftoff.
We got this. We got it
Liftoff.
together.
30 minutes after the hour.
Come on, 30 minutes after the hour. All right, more or less. Ish. Let's go.
Get ready. Hold on to your hat.
All right.
On your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. Get ready
For the ride of your life.
The show with no. It's show with no name time.
Where?
On Vaughn Radio.
Oh, cool.
It's the show with no name.
Vaughn Radio. Let's go. All right, all right. Welcome one, welcome all. It's the show with no name, and this is Vaughn Radio, where English is exciting. And folks, it's 24/7, 365. That's right. All year round, all day long, all night long. As Lionel Richie said, you can learn English, and not just learn English, but have fun. Get hooked on English. So, folks, download our free app, and this way you never miss an episode of your favorite programs on Vaughn Radio. Programs such as Drive Time with Kyle Miller, The Pro Bow Show with the one and only Rob Graham, and don't forget about Jules Linares and Let's Get Random. All of these programs are available on the Vaughn Radio app, amigos. So if you don't have the app, download it. So if you can't tune in live or whatever, you lose your signal in the car, because I know a lot of people, you listen to us in the car. Well, as long as you have an internet connection, you have Vaughn Radio. So download the free app. In fact, last week, I made a little radio ad. And this is a radio ad that I actually talked my brother-in-law into participating in. And, well, let's see what you guys think. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And the answer to today's Double Trouble Challenge is...
Otra vez. Mira que me encanta Vaughan Radio. Es una radio súper útil y variada. No solo aprendo inglés, sino que también aprendo un montón de curiosidades con Richard, Ruby, Kyle and Company. Lo único es que de repente la recepción la pierdo en el coche y me frustra un montón, porque estoy súper enganchado a esta radio.
No te frustres, Lucas.
¿Me oyes?
Claro que sí, te escuchamos. No te pierdas ni un minuto más de tus programas favoritos de Vaughan Radio con nuestra app gratuita. Solo tienes que buscar Vaughan Radio en donde te descargas tus apps favoritos. Y ¡voilá! Ya estás conectado a Vaughan 24/7, 365.
Vaya. Ostras, no sabía que existía la app. Me la voy a descargar ahora mismo. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
De nada. Hasta luego, Lucas. Acuérdate, Además, puedes descargar tus English classes diarios de Vaughan Radio en todas las plataformas de podcast. Never miss a beat with the Vaughan Radio app. All right, amigos. I'm sure many of you have it. If not, download it. And a big thanks to my brother-in-law, Marcos. You know, it's not his thing. He doesn't usually do that kind of stuff. So I talked him into it, and he was a good sport. Se portó bien. And I told him, I say, he goes, I don't know how to act. I'm not an actor. I said, you're not supposed to be an actor. You're supposed to be somebody who's listening to Vaughan Radio, and you get frustrated like you would with any radio station when you lose the signal, right? And how many times has it happened to you? You're listening to, you're like, I'm on the highway to, and you're like, no. Same thing. And I said, Marcos, you've been there. You've been sitting in traffic. You've been frustrated thinking, oh, man, now I can't listen to my favorite song. It cut it off. So I got Marcos to give me a hand over there. And again, no acting experience, but he wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to be every man. No, un tío cualquiera who listens to Vaughan Radio and sitting in their car and, you know, on their commute, and they lose the signal. As I said, it can happen on any radio station, but not if you have the Vaughan Radio app. So download it. And also, in other news, mark your calendars. December 13th, our next Vaughan Radio Trivia Night, hosted by the one and only Richard Vaughan. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be there. All of us are going to be there. Are you going to be there? I hope so. It's taking place at Real Madrid, Calle de Amaniel 23, December 13th. And it's Vaughan Radio Trivia. Be there or be square, as my daughter says. I hope to see you guys there, and you will be challenged. All right, folks. And speaking of challenges, time for our first challenge. Now, many of you have participated already, but some of you haven't. So I'm just going to remind you of this week's question of the week. Question of the week. That's right, folks. Question of the week. And what have we got for this week's question of the week? Let's take a look. I forgot it over here. Wow. Okay, when do you feel the most alive? ¿En qué momento o haciendo qué te sientes más vivo? Right? Because one thing is you're living, and we have no choice. If you're breathing, you're living. But being alive is a different thing, right? Let's not mix these two up. Let's not mince our words. So when do you feel the most alive? If you can answer that in English and you want to participate, you have until this Thursday to send me a 1-minute voice message. You can send it to my email address. It's aalonso@grupovaughan.com. Now, let's see who's already participated. This week, we've got Carmen, Laura, Maria Jose, Mario, and Marisol, who have already sent me their voice messages. Great job, folks. You are ahead of the game. But if you want to participate, you still have time. Send me a 1-minute voice message. Very important. I think no matter how many times you participate, I urge you to introduce yourself every time, because we might have new listeners. Hi, it's Chris Valrol. Hi, it's Laura. Just wanted to say hello, and I feel the most alive when I'm listening to the show with no name. Oh no. Well, hey, you never know. I feel alive when I'm doing it. So I hope I'm conveying that to you guys. Transmitiendo eso a vosotros. My show with no-namers. So please participate. I urge everybody to participate. The students in my community as well. As many of you know, I have an online community, and I urge them to participate. In fact, Carmen is in that community. Nuria, many people who participate. So it is one of the best ways I can help you at least as far as pronunciation is concerned, or syntaxes, things like that. So it's question of the week, and I think it's a fun one this week. We're going to look at it on Friday. When do you feel the most alive? Now, I can give you my old answer, and unfortunately, it's not my current answer because it wasn't my choice. Snowboarding. Yeah. When I was on a snowboard going down the slopes, I felt alive. I felt adrenaline pumping through my veins. Now, many of you know I got hit by a car, and it's not. My doctor recommended I stay away from any kind of activity that's hardcore, on the knees especially. So, folks, participate. It's question of the week, and it's time for another section. It's your pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Come on, pop quiz. Yeah. Pop quiz. Yeah. All right. Hang on tight. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, amigos. It is our pop quiz here on the show with no name. And today's pop quiz is coming from the book Essential English. Now, the subtitle is El inglés imprescindible para situaciones cotidianas. So this is going to give you everyday situations. And everyday aquí es una sola palabra. Because dice de cada día, no every day. Cada día voy al trabajo a esta hora, right? That would be every day, dos palabras. It's just an everyday pen. Es un boli cualquiera, de cada día. So remember it this way. Adjective is one word, and just like in Spanish, cada día, ¿cuántas palabras es? Cada uno, día, dos. So that's a good way to remember that, because I've seen even native speakers say, I tell him that every day. Y ponen every day junto. And I'm like, ugh, and my eyes bleed. Now, when I wasn't, before I became a teacher, I didn't realize that. But, when you become a teacher, you realize all the little intricacies of the language. Because remember this, native speakers, we don't care about grammar. Most native speakers are not interested in, oh, well, you should have said was instead of were. And they would be like, what is this guy high? ¿Qué está colocado este tío? The same way, you go around Spain, people say things differently. And Spain is a relatively small country. So this book is called Essential English. You can pick it up at the Von Tienda, vontienda.com. Again, if you're thinking about getting some Christmas presents, it's a good time. I know it seems like it's far away, but remember, Christmas doesn't really start on the 24th, does it? I mean, you have Christmas parties on the 10th, the 13th, that week before. So you've already got to start thinking of gifts and things like this that you need to pick up. And this way, obviously at the holidays, there's always going to be more of a lag time, no? Un poco de retraso en todo. So do it now. Go to vontienda.com. We have a plethora of materials, including my 5 books. I have 5 books as well. But you want me to be honest, even though I don't make money off the other books, and I don't think I make tons of money off my own books, because that's not, if you want to be rich, you don't become an author. Okay, Dan Brown, a couple of people do it. But in general, that's not the way it works. But I recommend, or I stand behind, para usar otra palabra, another phrasal verb, I stand behind all the materials at the Von Tienda. I highly recommend each and every one of them. Now, the one we're going to hear today is called Essential English. So I want everybody, you don't have to write anything down or anything like that, but I do want you to pay close attention when I play this audio clip for you, okay? So here we go, folks. Here it is. This is from Essential English. It's page, if you have the book, you don't have to follow along, but if you have the book, it is page 46. It's chapter 15. And I think this is important, not just giving directions, but being able to take directions as well. So this is from Essential English. Pay close attention. And then afterwards, I've got a job for you.
Pista 15.
Giving directions.
Pedir, dar indicaciones.
To ask for, give directions.
A la izquierda, a la derecha.
On the left, right.
Girar a la izquierda, girar a la derecha.
To turn left, to turn right.
Ir todo recto.
To go straight ahead.
Pasar por delante de.
To go past.
Atravesar.
To go through.
Cruce.
Crossroads.
Rotonda.
Roundabout.
Semáforo.
Traffic lights.
I need to go to the Filton Hotel, please. I can't remember the name of the street.
Let's see. I can't find the address. Do you know how to get there?
Yes, I do. I'll show you the way. First, go past the museum.
All right, past the museum.
That's it. Now, go straight ahead.
All right, straight ahead.
Now, turn left and go past the shopping centre.
All right, left and past the shopping centre.
That's it. Now, turn right at the roundabout, go straight ahead, and then turn left at the crossroads.
Okay, right. Straight ahead and left at the crossroads.
Now, turn left again and go past the cinema.
All right, left again and past the cinema.
That's it. Now, go straight ahead, and it's the second street on the right, over there.
Okay, straight ahead. Second street on the right. Do I have to go through the tunnel?
No, it's before the tunnel. There it is, by the traffic lights. How much is it?
It's £21, please.
Translation time.
1. Gire a la derecha en el semáforo.
Turn right at the traffic lights.
2. Gire a la izquierda en la rotonda.
Turn left at the roundabout.
3. Vaya todo recto y pase por delante de la estación de tren.
Go straight ahead and go past the train station.
4. Pase el centro comercial.
Go past the shopping centre.
5. Gire a la izquierda y está a la derecha.
Turn left and it's on the right.
6. Gire a la derecha y es la segunda calle a la izquierda.
Turn right and it's the second street on the left.
7. Siga recto y ahí está.
Go straight ahead and it's over there.
8. Pase el museo y es la primera calle a la derecha.
Go past the museum and it's the first street on the right.
9. Atraviesa el túnel y después gira a la derecha.
Go through the tunnel and then turn right.
10. Gira a la izquierda y atraviesa el parque.
Turn left and go through the park.
11. ¿Cómo llego al centro de la ciudad?
How do I get to the city centre?
12. ¿Tengo que atravesar el parque?
Do I need to go through the park?
13. ¿Tenemos que girar a la derecha en la rotonda?
Do we need to turn right at the roundabout?
14. Está ahí, junto al semáforo.
It's over there, by the traffic lights.
15. ¿Sabes llegar?
Do you know how to get there?
16. No sé llegar.
I don't know how to get there.
17. A lo mejor ella sabe llegar.
Maybe she knows how to get there.
18. Ella no sabe llegar.
She doesn't know how to get there.
19. ¿Puedes pedirle indicaciones a ese señor?
Can you ask that man for directions?
20. ¿Sabes dar indicaciones en inglés?
Do you know how to give directions in English?
All right, there you go, folks. A little refresher. Some good vocabulary to know when you're lost. Man, it's too late then. This is, as I always say, there's vocabulary like legalese, cosas legales, that you hope you don't have to use, but it's good to know because, you know, it's like changing a tire. You don't know how to do it, well, then you got to wait for a tow truck and, well, you know. Certain things that can get us out of a bind, a jam, un apuro. All right, let's see how much of that you got. I've got a couple things for you here. And let's see. I'm gonna probably switch it up a little bit because you know my style. All right, now there was a couple things that I wanted to go over here. The first one, crossroads. That in American English is more like a figurative thing. I've reached a crossroads in my life. I don't know what to do. But if we're giving directions in the USA, I'm talking about, okay, we would say go through the intersection or make a right. Now, just be careful here. Here's another one. Make a right or turn right. So it's not make right or turn a right. It's al revés. It's make a right or turn right. Okay? My favorite one is bang a Yui. Does anybody know what bang a Yui means? If you know what bang a Yui means, I'll give you a totally native. And you can't look it up. If I tell you bang a Yui, I don't think there's much more native than that when you're given directions. Bang a Yui. We're pretty logical, though. The K turn, no, la gira K. You know, a K turn is when you got to kind of park. Haces una K. So bang a Yui. Oh man. Let's see if you guys know that one. But that's a bonus one. Let's put it that way. That one's a bonus one. The ones I'm going to give you are in a moment. But there was just a few things that I wanted to go over because I think it's worth mentioning. So the first one, again, crossroads. In the United States, call it an intersection or the traffic light. At the traffic light, semáforo, somos muy lógicos. The next one, roundabout. We don't have very many of these in my country. This is more a European thing. But we call them roundabouts or traffic circles. We do use the word roundabout when we say that somebody said something in an indirect way. So, for example, did he admit it? Well, he kind of admitted it in a roundabout way, dando vuelta, no rodea, no yendo al grano, in a roundabout way. So, again, a lot of these things, they have a literal meaning and also a figurative one. All right. So here's what I've got for you guys. The first one is mantente a la izquierda en la bifurcación. Mantente a la izquierda en la bifurcación. ¿Ok? Se divide la calle, es como una V. No es que gires, es mantiene. Mantente a la izquierda en la bifurcación. That's number one. All right, the next one is ¿sabes llegar? ¿Sabes llegar? It's a good one to know. ¿Sabes llegar? And the next one, ¿puedes pedirle indicaciones a ese señor mayor? ¿Puedes pedirle indicaciones a ese señor mayor? So I added a few things, I tweaked a few things, but you know my style, guys. I like to test you. I like to make sure you're figuring out these little intricacies of the language as well. Again, this, if you like that audio lesson and you want to follow along, and there are even questions and exercises, you've got it all in Essential English, el inglés imprescindible para situaciones cotidianas. Essential English, and it's available at the Von Tienda. Let's see the bonus one. We'll start with the bonus question here, and then we'll take a look at the other three. So Kubla says, is it turn around and go the other way? Yeah, but that's not native. It works, but it's not the one I'm looking for. Let's see. Laura. Oh, man. Laura. Bang a Yui. There it is. Nice. Laura, impressive. You can tell you were in New York recently. Bang a Yui. So a U-turn. Una gira U. We already said there's a K turn. Well, bang a Yui. You can say bang a left, bang a right. También, además de make a right, es como muy nativo. Bang a left at the U-turn or make a Yui. Bang a Yui. Great job, Laura. Also, Anix. Wow, ladies. Bang a Yui. Esto es, tienes que darte la vuelta. Hazte una, hazte la pirula, you say. I've heard someone say that. Bang a Yui. I wouldn't do an illegal one. La pirula is, if I'm not mistaken, an illegal U-turn. All right, folks. Well, we'll look at these translations and so much more in the second part of today's show. We've got our Say What soundbite. It's a fun one today. We've got spelling bee. We've got homophones. Man, we've got a lot of stuff to do. And we're going to do it all when we come back from this quick commercial break. So, stick around. Yeah! Show with no name. Listen for your names. Phone radio. Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. Yes. I want to send a shout out to each and every one of you. I don't know what I'd do without ya. So, show with no naming, not blaming. We're learning and growing and doing things we knowing. We're loving, we're doing and making tons of friends. Yeah. Listen up. Here we go. To the Show with No Name crew. Yeah, Chris, Varro, Laura, and Kubla. Yeah. There's Iron Man. Where you at? And Salva. Oh, yeah. Maria Jose. There she is. Where you at? Where you at? Double trouble. Don't forget about Monse and Nudia. We had David, Carmen, Jose Maria, Leo. Oh yeah, where you at? There he is. Hey Onyx. Oh, there's Edgar. Onyx. Edgar too. Where's Vero? There she is. There she is. Uh-huh. Paco. Elena. Woo! Joaquin. All the show with no namers. Hands up with no namers. Lena. Show with no name is our game and it drives us insane. Every day that we're dropping in Spain. Show with no namers. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to you. And if I missed you, you know I love you too. Yeah. Show with no name. Yeah. Vaughn Radio. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Merci. Gracias. Show with no namers. All right, that's dedicated to you guys. Just a little thank you. And since I'm not good with cards, Christmas cards, well, I do a little, audio visual treat for you. And speaking of audio, it's time for the Say What soundbite. Yeah. Say what? What? Show with no namers. Get ready for a fun and funny Say What soundbite. Yeah, I think it's fun and funny. O sea, gracioso. No, espera, vamos en orden para no liarnos. Divertido y gracioso. Fun and funny at the same time. I think you guys will get a kick out of it. Que no tiene nada que ver con patadas. To get a kick out of something is to really enjoy something. So, as always, what I want you guys to do is I want you to jot down what you hear in the Say What soundbite. And at first, I want you to give me what you heard in your own words, in your best English. All right. And as always, we're going to hear a lot of different accents here. We'll hear all kinds of situations. And most importantly, we'll be hearing people and things from pop culture. So real things from real cartoons, interviews, and what have you. So is everybody ready? This is the Say What soundbite for the first time.
I apologize for my tardiness. Sadly, my Anna Maria was whacked by natural causes. I bring flowers to her grave every Sunday.
Oh my goodness. I told you it was okay, maybe the subject matter isn't, very funny, but it sounds something funny about the voice there, right? I don't know. Hey, well, you know what? I'm going to shut up now because I want your opinion. I'm not here to give you my opinion on the Say What soundbite. So let me give it to you a second time, and then you guys can let me know what you thought. Let me know what you heard. And also, we need to check our pop quiz answers as well. So here we go. This is the Say What soundbite for the second time.
I apologize for my tardiness. Sadly, my Anna Maria was whacked by natural causes. I bring flowers to her grave every Sunday.
All right, and I'll give you a little audio clue as well. Go! Never before has there been a series that has run for so many seasons. This crazy cartoon family is adored by audiences everywhere, even after decades on the air. This illustrated institution has even predicted current events in pop culture with laser precision. But
don't have a cow, man.
However you slice it or dice it, it seems these lovable yellow yahoos are here to stay.
Excellent.
We'll stop by Springfield and visit on this week's episode of FYI. Welcome to For Your Info.
Inglés. You got it.
There you go. So I guess there's a reason I just played the FYI episode on The Simpsons. Y ahí empezamos el capítulo. No es Simpson, en inglés es sin, como pecado. Listen to the thing. The Simpsons. So, yeah, it's not Johnson, it's Johnson. So it's interesting how you'll see that S-O-N sounds like S-I-N in many cases. All right, well, let's see what you guys heard. We're going to go on over to our virtual classroom and see who is ready to party and participate. There's David in the house. Hello, David. Good morning to you. Great to have you on board and ready to rock. There's Born to Iron Man. Up and Adam, Born to Iron Man. I know you've been up for hours as well, training your brain with my buddy Fitz and his program, No Excuses. There's lovely Laura. She says, good morning, lovely show with no namers. Let's squeeze these 2 magical hours together to the max. I agree. Let's bring that magic that we always bring. Thanks for coming. And Laura also says, awesome job, Marcos. What a great voice. Well, hey, I wanted him to just be everyman, a normal guy who was frustrated in his car. And I think he did a good job at it, And I just had the idea in my head. And then I said, all right, well, I need a voice. And I think it worked out, So thank you. Thanks for the feedback. As always, much appreciated. Chris says, morning show with no name, amazing show with no namers. Bravo, Marcos. Oh, well, I'll let him know. Ladies, thank you again for the feedback. Kubla says, what's new, entrancing peers? What's up, Kubla? He says, what do you say to comfort a grammar teacher? There. I like it. So, the joke is when you say there, como la palabra ahí, y lo repites dos veces, es, oh, no pasa, tranqui. You're consoling someone. You're saying, oh, it's okay. There. But also he put there, they are, there, ahí, and there. I love it. Great one, Kubla. Good morning to ya. Vero says, morning, beautiful show with no namers. Warriors around the universe and beyond. What's up, Vero? All right, Laura's participating in our pop quiz. Let's see. I have a feeling, I have a hunch she's gonna nail it. Let's see. She says, keep left at the fork. Yes. Keep left. Mantente. And at the fork is we know fork is tenedor, but also there's a fork in the road. Again, I think if you're any Muppets fans, Teleñecos, Sésamo, Jim Henson, we were at Portaventura. My daughter and I and my wife we watched Sesame Street in my house. Sorry, I don't have another choice. At least we're learning. Sesame Street. Gotta love that. Well, there's a famous scene from the best Sesame Street movie, the first one. And Fozzie the Bear and Kermit are driving down the road. It's during the song, moving right along, footloose and fancy free, moving right along. Is it waiting for me? Moving right along. Great song about a road trip in the Muppets movie. And they ask for directions, and somebody says, you got to bear left, que es otra forma de decir keep left. Bear como oso. Bear left or keep left at the fork in the road. Y en la escena, that's why you have to see it, because it's a visual gag, una broma, ¿cómo se dice? Visual, ¿no? You can see it. Y hay un tenedor en medio de la carretera. And it'll help you remember it. So at the fork in the road. I love it. We're learning some native stuff here. So keep left, bear left at the fork. Great. Let's see the second one. Do you know how to get there, Laura? Lovely. Great job. And you also got the bonus one, too, with Annick's Bang-a-Yui. Bang-a-Yui. I love it. All right. And Laura, last but not least, the third one is, can you ask that elderly man for directions? Give it up for Laura. Wonderful. All right. Let's see. Kubla says, keep left at the crossroads. Well, unless I don't know the word bifurcación, let me see. Bifurcación. Let's see. I want to look it up here. Bifurcación. I can't find the word now in fork. Let's see this one. Fork. I'm gonna find it, guys. Give me a second. I'm determined here. Spanish, English. No me digas que bifurcación. Come on. Oh, there it is. There. See, sometimes a fork, a split, a Y. Yeah, it's a little bit different. So just let's be clear. A crossroads or an intersection, as we call it, is like an X, like a plus, like a cross, right? Crossroads. So it's similar, but not exactly. So just be careful. Crossroads, an intersection are the same thing, and a fork is where the road splits. Se divide. Parece como, if you look at a fork, it's exactly what it looks like. So again, we're looking at these little nuances here. Let's see, Kubla, the second one. Do you know how to get there? Yes. And can you ask that senior man for directions? Nice job, Kubla. Great job. So I just thought of something and it slipped my mind again. Oh, man. I thought it was really important. Can you? Oh, esta es. Do you know this one? Here's another bonus one for you. ¿Cuánto falta? We don't say it the same, but it's similar. How would you say this typical line that kids say 5 minutes into a road trip? Right? No, mi hija lo dice 5 minutos. I'm like, honey, we just literally got in the car a minute ago. Let's see if you know how to say that in English. That's another bonus one for you over there. Let's see. Laura says a U-turn in Spanish is cambio de sentido, and hacer la pirula is to make a U-turn where it's forbidden. Yeah, that's what I imagined. Yeah. Hacer la pirula, as I said, to do it illegally. Let's see. Laura, she's playing some drum. Oh, that's the song. Let's see. Chris says the show with no name, the show with our names. No doubt about it. Chris, welcome aboard. Let's see. Fabio, what's up? How you doing, Fabio? Great to have you on board. I love that name, too. I think Fabio's a great name. He says, hello, Double A. It's Fabio from Colombia. It was a very difficult say what, but I caught, careful with an A, right? I caught some words about a man who is giving an apology to someone and says that he brings flowers every Sunday for some woman called Grace. Fabio, excellent job. And it's early in Colombia. I hope to visit Colombia one day. Man, it's on my list. I love Colombia. Well, I've always had Colombian friends in New York, and I've always loved Colombian food. I hope my wife's not watching. The women, I'm allowed to admire from afar. No, admirar de lejos. So, Fabio, great. Thanks for joining us, and wonderful job. Laura says, you can tell my GPS in the car speaks English. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, you should have it in English. I mean, just because it's funny. Turn right at Plaza de Castilla. Te lo juro, it's really funny. You got to put it in English, guys, please. You know, whatever one you use, Google or Siri or whatever her name is, right? But what you need to do is put it in English. Because you're going to laugh, and then you'll learn that vocabulary. Turn left at the fork in the road, right? Let's see. Chris says, I heard, speaking of the Say What soundbite here, Chris says, I heard a cartoon character who is excuse me, my bad. Let me start over. I heard a cartoon character who is apologizing for something related to a delay due to natural causes, which has to do with bringing flowers to someone punctually every Sunday. Or as we say, like clockwork, like it just, it happens como maquinaria. It's always there at that time. Great job. Wonderful job. Chris. Fabio and Chris. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Laura says, I heard the voice of a very polite man who's apologetic for being late and who brings flowers to someone's grave every Sunday. Great job, Laura. Wonderful. And reminds me of a funny story. Yesterday, we went to the park with my daughter, a local park, and we bought a couple things for Christmas, some decorations. And there was a cemetery right next to where we were. Now, careful. You say cementerio. We say cemetery. No hay una N ahí. De hecho, yo decía cementerio. And my cousin was like, cementerio. So, believe me, I feel your pain with that mistake because I used to make that mistake the other way around. The same way I used to say orquestra because we say orchestra. Or crocodrilo because we say crocodile. So write those three down because they're, as they say, I think it's in Thailand, same, but different. Or maybe that's Bali. I remember somebody told me there's a saying, same, but different. Like, we're not talking about the same thing here. In English, we say We're comparing apples and oranges. So yeah, where my daughter says, "Oh, can we go in there?" And I'm like, "Well, that's a cemetery." And she was like, "Yeah, all right. I like the flowers." And it's true when you think about it. It's a nice place. Like, smells beautiful. There's beautiful stone. It's taken care of. Lo cuida muy bien. And every grave tells a story. One that I saw yesterday was, I know this sounds morbid, but you got to remember something too. In the United States, we don't have above ground graves, except for in what city? New Orleans, baby. Why? The Spanish. And also, well, that land is very, very soggy, muy empapado, muy mojado. Lake Pontchartrain, the Mississippi River. And you know what? They're tourist attractions. I swear to you, you can go to New Orleans and take cemetery tours. So yesterday I saw one. It was a girl who was like 9 years old. And that was pretty sad. Because when you see ones like 98, 98 years old, you're like, wow, can't really complain there, If you didn't make the most of it, now it's your fault. No, I'm just joking. But when it's such a young kid, you're like, man. So it was an interesting thing because you wouldn't think of a cemetery as but it was educational because she's learning. And then my daughter, this was the funny part. She was like, "Can we open them up?" And we're like, no, honey, you don't. She wanted to take the stones, the headstones, and move, get the bodies out of there. I'm like, no. Just like when we went to the zoo and she wanted to take home a monkey. She's like, "Can I pick one? ¿Puedo escoger un mono para llevar?" I'm like, no. I'm like, if we're going to take anything, we're going to take an elephant or something cool. I mean, monkeys are cool, but elephants are cool. I don't know. They're both cool. But my point is you can't take them. Oh, and if you like learning with Lara, the section will be this Wednesday. We're going to have class 3 of Learn with Lara, a new section where I record conversations with my daughter, where I'm teaching her either numbers, months. In this week's episode, we're cooking a tuna steak. Eso es, estamos haciendo un filete de atún. And we talk about a lot of great vocabulary: to burn, to get burnt, to sizzle, chispotorear, I think you say, or something. Well, either way, tune in on Wednesday if you want to listen to the new section, Learn with Lara. If you're in my community, you got the episode, the section, you got it this past weekend, and I've already gotten some really good feedback on it. So, well, hey, membership has its privileges. MasterCard. No es MasterCard, eso. No, American Express. Esa es. MasterCard is for everything else. There's MasterCard. So, hey, there you go, folks. Membership. I'm gonna start using that one. They've got a lot of money. You can sue me if you want, guys. You're not going to get anything. But membership has its privileges because some of my students have already heard that lesson. They get early access to stuff. The rest of you, it'll be available on Wednesday. Tune in. Let's see. Who else have we got? Kubla says, it's a fictional character expressing how a relative passed away, and he honors her by placing some floral ornament to her tombstone. So yes, great job. Just be careful. I would say placing it on her tombstone. Great. Excellent. The good thing is, it seems like you guys got today's Say What soundbite. It seemed easy enough to understand. And look at this, folks. Kubla already got it word for word. Nice job. Wow. Nice job, Kubla. You can sit back and relax in the next 2 listens because it looks perfect. Wonderful job there. Let's see. Laura says, sweet Lara. That's right, Lara. See, I'm getting mixed up here. Siempre me lío. Laura has already heard Learn with Lara Lesson 3. Again, I think I put it out this Sunday. So that's like 4 or 5 days before the general public. And thank you very much. Thanks for your feedback again, Laura. I appreciate it as always. But folks, I can't believe this. We've got to go to a quick commercial break here. Time flies when you're having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm having a blast. And I've got a lot of challenges lined up for you in the second half of today's show. We're going to laugh. We're going to play. We're going to learn some English. And I'm going to challenge you. You can bet we've got tons of challenges up ahead in our Double Trouble. Name that movie. Name that lyric. Famous birthdays. Homophones. Man, we got a lot to cover. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Say it with me. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to, can't believe it, the third part of today's show with no name, where we're going to learn a little bit about everything and anything here. Don't forget as well, you've got a brand new episode of FYI every Friday, and you can get those wherever you listen to your Vaughn podcasts. Spotify, iVox, Apple Podcasts. Last Friday, we ventured to the Grand Canyon. It was tons of fun. Also, stay tuned because, as many of you know, every week there are 2 episodes, really, of FYI. One for the general public, and 2 if you're in my community. So, if you're very patient, you'll see that from time to time I release bonus episodes. So right now, we're in season 6, and I'm releasing the bonus episodes from season 4. So you've got to be really, really patient there. Or join us. And this way you get access to tons of content that I'm sure you'll be content with. Speaking of, stop by our website, grupovon.com. You can find out about all our courses, all our initiatives to help you learn English and love English. It's grupovon.com. And make sure you follow us on social media as well. And this way you never miss a beat. No te pierdes ni una. It's grupovon.com. All right, folks, and now it's time for Homophones on the Show with No Name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, it's homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name.
The show with homophones. Show with no name. That's right, amigos. That's right. It's homophones only on the show with no name. And guess what? We've got another totally native for Laura. Nice job, Laura. You are all over it. Are we there yet? Falta mucho. I think that would be the translation, right? Falta mucho. Are we there yet? Oh, man. But you got to say it with that tone in your voice. Are we there yet? All right. Well, my amigos, we are at our homophone section. And as always, I'm going to give you 2 words. And I want you guys to give me the 2 words. And I want you to tell me if they sound exactly the same or not. The first word is a place where you put a boat, usually a big, well, no, it doesn't have to be a big boat. So it's a place where you park a boat. Here it says dársena, muelle. It's also atracar, pero no una persona, sino el barco, al muelle. So I guess it makes sense, that word. It's also descontar algo. And we're going to take a look at that one. I used that one the other day. So del salario de alguien, si llegas tarde otra vez, te vamos a descontar o te vamos a restar ese dinero. O has roto algo. So it's got many, 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 many uses here. Atracar, fondear, acoplarse, si hablamos del espacio, if we're talking about space or satellites or space stations. So it's not just un barco, es una nave también. Atracar una nave, acoplar una nave. That is the first word, and we'll take a look at it a little more in depth when we listen to how it's pronounced. The second word is a word you all know, I think. Donald. What's his name? Donald. El pato Donald. It also is agacharse. So hopefully you guys will be able to figure that out. Also, let me give you the Say What soundbite here for the 3rd time.
I apologize for my tardiness. Sadly, my Anna Maria was whacked by natural causes. I bring flowers to her grave every Sunday.
All right, there you go, my amigos. There you go. That is your 3rd listen of the Say What soundbite. We'll take a look at that. Very well known. I guess it's from The Simpsons, right? If I played the FYI episode of The Simpsons, I guess it's a character from The Simpsons, right? Or not? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Let's see what you guys had to say about our homophones. Kubla, excuse me. I'm going to clear my throat here. Got a little bit of phlegm. Let's see. Kubla says it's and those are the correct words, Kubla. And he says they aren't homophones. Let's see. Laura says the correct words, and she says they don't sound the same. Chris Valrol as well. She says they are not homophones. So I've got 3 super show with no namers here who are telling me these words don't sound the same. All right, well, as always, we're going to say the words. And when we say the words, that should clear up all doubt. The first word is, when you go to the doctor and they put a tongue depressor in your mouth and they want to check your throat, your tonsils, what do they say? They say, do that sound. Okay, so now shorten it. Dock. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. So I guess it would make sense if you can dock a ship, right? So the captain, es un verbo regular. The captain docked the ship, atracó el barco, to the dock. Good way to remember it. I said also, too, we're going to dock your pay. If you keep breaking plates, I had a boss. You want to hear something stingy here? Vaya tacaño. My first job was at a pizzeria. And I remember I spilled a little bit of mozzarella cheese when I was shredding it, cortándolo, rayándolo. It was using this industrial machine to shred it. And I think I spilled on the ground, like maybe 2 little drops, not even. And he's like, I'm going to dock your pay. And I'm like, okay, you can take 1/4 cent, un cuarto de un céntimo if you want. I was like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. So to dock somebody's pay. Look, Irene's boss docked her a week's pay for unauthorized absence. So, interesting. Dock. Anything else over here? Dock worker. Estibador. Does that make sense? Y la marca Dockers, no? Very famous brand. A loading dock, muelle de carga, makes all the sense in the world. Shipping dock, otra forma de decirlo, no? Where cargo is loaded or unloaded, right? So dock, if you can say dock, you got it. And the second word, duck. So the duck ducked when he flew under the dock. So el pato se agachó cuando voló debajo del muelle. The duck ducked when he flew under the dock. They are not homophones, amigos. Say them with me. The first one is dock. Quick. Dock. The second one, duck. Duck. Que se agáchate también. So if somebody says duck, then maybe they're saying, mira, hay un patito. But if somebody says duck, gritándolo, it means agáchate. I guess the tone will tell you which one you mean over there, my amigos. So there you go. That word dock could be a double trouble as well, as you guys just saw, because it has many meanings. Even the word duck, I think duck was one of our first double troubles. El pato se tuvo que agachar. But it's not time for double trouble right now. No way, amigos. Right now, it's time for one of our most challenging sections. It's our Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
All right, folks, it is our Spelling Bee here on the show with no name. And as always, this is a part of the show where I'm going to spell some words for you, and hopefully you guys will be able to jot them down with accuracy, con precisión, because if there's ever a part of the show where every little comma counts, it's this part of the show. No pressure, by the way. I'm just kidding. All right, so here we go, folks. This is round 1 of today's Spelling Bee. I'm going to be cutthroat, despiadado. Here we go. Let's capitalize the first word of each, the first letter of each word for the sake of simplicity. Here we go. The first one is MUSICAL space ANTHOLOGY space FILM. The second one is ANIMATED. The third one is LEOPOLD space STOKOWSKI. The next one is PHILADELPHIA space ORCHESTRA. The fifth one is DEEMS space TAYLOR. And the sixth one is SORCER apostrophe S space APPEN. No, excuse me. Start that one again. APPRENTED Tice. So I went so fast that I couldn't even keep up with myself, it seems. All right, well, here's a little clue for you.
He's been deemed a dreamer, a global game changer, a vibrant visionary, a stellar storyteller. But most of all, he was a hardworking, faithful father attempting to entertain and educate his kids and have some fun as well. We will demystify the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Walt Disney on today's FYI. Welcome to... That's right, folks. So I just played, we're looking at some cartoons today, huh? I played Disney episode. Today, the Walt Disney episode is not so much about the cartoons, but it's about the man, Walt Disney. I just shared those episodes with you because the bonus episode, the first and the bonus episode are both available. So you've got them for your convenience over there in our chat room. All right, let's see how you guys did. Obviously, it's got something to do with Walt Disney if I played the Walt Disney FYI. Let's see. Kubla's taking a stab at it. We've got Kubla. We've got Born to Iron Man, Laura, and Chris all taking a stab at it. Let's go in order. Kubla, the first one is correct. The second one is also correct. The third one is correct. The fourth one is correct. The fifth one is correct. And the sixth one is also correct. Wonderful job. Excellent. Excellent job over there. Kubla, Born to Iron Man, looks wonderful too. Also, Laura, I think all of you nailed it. Wow. Wow. I have to go faster, and I can't. I can't even keep up with myself over there. So, astounding job, amigos. Astounding. Also, Lupe as well. Wow, wow, wow. I am impressed. All right, well, this is round 2. The first one is MUSICAL space ANTHOLOGY space FILM. The second one is ANIMATED. The third one is LEOPOLD space STOKOWSKI. The fourth one is PHILDELPHIA space ORCHESTRA. The fifth one is DEEMS space TAYLOR. And the sixth one is SORCER apostrophe S space APPRENTICE. All right. And as I said, wonderful job, guys. Now, these are all, Kubla says it looks like a list of miscellaneous words referring to the 1940 film Fantasia. That's right. Do you call it Fantasia? I think you call it Fantasia, right? Well, in English, we pronounce it Fantasia. O sea, como Asia, Asia. Fantasia. And, well, it was released today
in the year 1940 at New York's Broadway Theater. And it was the first night of a tour where they went to many different cities to debut this crazy, groundbreaking musical, which came out today in 1940. And the names in our spelling bee, well, the first one was musical anthology film. So that's the kind of the genre, the kind of film. Number 2, it's animated. Another thing that made it different from other films that were out at that time. The third one is Leopold Stokowski. Now, I didn't know who he was either, but he is the conductor. You say director. And again, we looked at this word before. Director de orquesta or orquestra. Yo decía orquestra, right? But in English, it's orchestra. And we don't have to say conductor, orchestra conductor. Con decir conductor, te vale. Okay? Just be careful you don't say orquesta, it's orchestra. So it was conducted by Leopold Stokowski. And the songs were performed by the Philadelphia Orchestra. Remember, that word in English starts with a PH. So the Philadelphia Orchestra, and the master of ceremonies, que viene la palabra MC, de rapeo, de todo esto, is the master of ceremonies. El que tiene el micro. You got the DJ and the MC, right? Think of DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, right? So the DJ played the music and the MC had the mic, the master of ceremonies. And his name was Deems Taylor. And if you noticed, I said his name in the intro, in the Walt Disney intro. I said he was deemed, which is the word considerar, to deem. But in this case, it's a man's name. It's not a very common name. Deems Taylor. And he acted as the MC. We all know the sorcerer is Mickey. And it's based on The Sorcerer's Apprentice. My daughter, I tried. I put this on for her, and she wasn't into it. She likes Mickey, but for some reason, and she likes magic, but for some reason, she wasn't, I don't know, she wasn't feeling this one. The same way she loves Goonies. Her 2 favorite movies right now are Goonies. Yeah, has oído bien. My 4-year-old daughter. She's like, the Fratellis, sloth. She loves the Goonies, and her other favorite movie is The Wizard of Oz. We tried with Fantasia. Maybe she'll like it down the road, más adelante. But that movie, that groundbreaking movie, debuted in New York today in the year 1940. And folks, it's time to move on because it's time for Double Trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
That's right, folks. That's right. It's Double Trouble only on the show with no name. And let's put it this way. If you guys were paying attention, then this word has come up already in the show. It's pretty crazy, but true. And you know me, you know the way I like to work. You know, I like to put little clues throughout the show. I like to drop clues. And usually things are connected in some way. So if you were, let's put it this way, hablando de double trouble. On this show, it pays to pay attention. Vale la pena prestar atención. That's at least if you want to do well in our different challenges here every day. So here we go. Él estaba desfasado cuando se dio cuenta que querían matarle. Well, I imagine so, right? I hope it's a sentence you never have to use personally, right? Oh my goodness. So, él está. Whoa! Don't take it literally. Oh, jeez. Él estaba desfasado cuando se dio cuenta que querían matarle, asesinarle. ¿No? Oh my goodness. Desfasado, maybe that's an understatement. But I need to use the same word twice. As you guys know, in our double trouble section, we always look at sometimes we do triple trouble over here, but today it's just a double trouble. And if you were paying attention, I think you guys will be able to figure it out. And here's another clue for you. Why not?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Calling all wise guys, made men, and mobsters alike. We'll unravel a dark, hidden underworld where murder, mayhem, and money laundering are commonplace and par for the course. These Goombas and their goons glorify violence and live by a code of silence. Snitches and rats beware. Forget about it. We'll demystify the mafia on this week's episode of FYI. Welcome to For Your Info.
Inglés.
You got it. All right, so we've heard a couple different things today about cartoons. We heard something about Walt Disney. We heard something about The Simpsons, and now the mafia. And my question is, how is this all connected? The mafia, or as we very commonly say, the mob. It's a very native way of saying the mafia. In fact, un mafioso, you can say, is a mobster because they're in the mob. And if you haven't listened to that episode, give it a listen. I think you're going to love it. It's quite interesting, but it's not for the faint of heart. No apto para cardíacos. Folks, we'll take a look at our double trouble, plus so much more when we come back for our fourth and final part of today's show with no name on Vaughn Radio. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back. It's part 4 of the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Download our free app, and this way you can listen to Vaughn Radio wherever. Listen to us on the go, in the waiting room, when you're in the can, en el bate. Yeah, in the can. También puede ser en la cárcel, eh? So if you're in the can, en el váter, en la cárcel, you can still listen to Vaughn Radio. All you need is an internet connection, 3G, 4G, whatever. And you can learn English all day long for free here on Vaughn Radio. And if you like what you hear, remember you can always stop by the Vaughn Tienda and pick up some of the amazing materials we've got to offer. Vaughn Tienda, your one-stop shop for English. Also, you can stop by our main website, grupovaughn.com, and get more information about our courses, new initiatives, and all that jazz y todo eso. And don't forget to follow us on social media, amigos. Because if you follow us on social media, you will be in the know, enterados. You'll be the first one to know about all our events, special deals, and what's going on in the Vaughn world, such as our Vaughn groups.
Do you know about Vaughn groups? Well, I'm going to tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn groups. Have fun and make friends as you learn English. Sign up now while there are still spots available. Call us 911-385831. Or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media and find out if Vaughn groups are for you. That's right, folks. More information on our website. And I said the best way is follow us on social media. All right, folks, here's your Say What soundbite. This is the fourth and final listen. Kubla got it, but I'm convinced that more people can figure it out today. Here it is, the Say What soundbite for the fourth time.
I apologize for my tardiness. Sadly, my Anna Maria was whacked by natural causes. I bring flowers to her grave every Sunday.
All right, there you go, folks. That's the fourth listen. We'll take a look at who it is, what character, as we already figured out. It's a character on The Simpsons, and we'll see if you guys know it. As I said, I think it's an easy one compared to some of the ones we've had recently. Also, let's take a look at today's Double Trouble, which was, let me remind you, if you want to participate or if you didn't hear it before, él estaba desfasado cuando se dio cuenta que querían matarle. As I said, probably the biggest understatement in the world. Desfasado o lo siguiente, right? So let's see. Kubla is taking a stab at it, and he says he was out of whack when he realized they wanted to whack him. Is that correct? Absolutely. Nice job, dude. Nice job over there. Wonderful, wonderful job. So he was out of whack. Yeah, to be out of whack. W-H-A-C-K. And I want you to be really careful with this word, okay? Because if you get whacked in the mafia, you get killed. They whacked him, right? So just be careful. But also to whack off is to jerk off, is hacerse una paja. Yeah. So whack, W-H-A-C-K. And the word is quite whack. Now, esta es sin H. La palabra W-A-C-K es súper nativo, es americano para, esto es pésimo. Oh, man, what? What happened? She said what? That's whack. Eso, this is whack. Esto es lo peor. Esto es pésimo. So that one doesn't have an H. Eso es W-A-C-K. Okay? The one we're looking at has an H. So we're going to whack this guy. If you ever hear that, From a guy with a pinky ring con un anillo en el dedo pequeño, run. Okay? And I would run if he says he's going to whack you off too. Either way, it's not good. Just stay away from mobsters. I think that would be the best way. So to be out of whack, and to whack is to kill, but an interesting thing as well, it means to hit. So it's all about the context here. My daughter whacked me in the head with a newspaper, and that's whack. La segunda es, eso es lo peor, right? The first one con H. So my daughter whacked me with the newspapers, me golpeó. But if I just say my daughter whacked me, I mean, she killed me. Again, in context. What else? If you think about it, thas, plas, whack. Es el plas, el thas or thasca, right? Whack. Golpear, pegar. And if it's in the, if you add off, o sea, no pongas off aquí porque es pajearse. Oh, also, to have a whack. Hacer el intento. So Kubla had a whack at it. I never realized what a useful word this is. Also a whack job. Oh, don't listen to him. He's a whack job. A whack job is un tarado, it says. Tarado. Insane. Somebody who's insane. He's a whack job. Also, there's whack-a-mole. Do you know this one? Whack-a-mole. A mole is un topo. And it's this game that you have like this soft hammer with foam, and the mole pops his head out. It's at an arcade en los recreativos de toda la vida. Aplasta o golpea al topo. And it also in English means to whack a mole. Whack-a-mole is un juego inútil. Okay, so here. You know what? I think the whole conference was whack-a-mole. Inútil lo que han hecho, ¿no? Un show, un juego inútil que han hecho. Han montado un show. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be a whack job. And if you're coming around with whack-a-mole, not in my class. Not in my class. I want you to have a whack at it. But don't whack off in my class, or else I'll whack you. And that means both. I'll hit you, and then I'll kill you. You deserve it if you do that in my class. I have a feeling that I just confused you even more. Well, I wasn't trying to do that. All right, well, folks, it's time for You're Joking.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar.
You're joking. That's right, amigos. You're joking. Also, a nice round of applause for your classmate, Chris Valrol. Nice job, Chris Valrol. Wonderful in the Say What soundbite. All right, well, let's take a look at some of the greatest jokes you're going to hear in the next minute. The only jokes you're going to hear in the next minute. That's why they're the greatest. I won't have any competition. All right. Well, as always, these aren't supposed to be the funniest jokes in the world. And they're not supposed to be dirty. Usually I don't come up with dirty jokes. We do dad jokes here. So let's see if you guys get these jokes as always. So the other day I went to a pancake restaurant. You know, IHOP, the International House of Pancakes. It's heaven if you love pancakes. So yeah, I went to IHOP the other day, and I asked the waiter or the server, I asked him if my dinner, my breakfast, I should say, would be long, right? Because, well, let me tell you something. I should tell you this. IHOP is busy all day. People have pancakes for dinner, for breakfast. There's no wrong time at IHOP, the International House of Pancakes. If you go to the United States, you have to go to this chain. It's insane. All right, so I went to IHOP, and I asked the waiter if my breakfast would be long. And he said, no, sir, round. No. I asked him if my breakfast would be long, and he said, no, sir, round. Long as si iba a tardar mucho. How long will it be? Is it going to be long? But also long as elongated, no de forma larga, like a hot dog bun. Si piensas, right? The difference between a hot dog bun and a hamburger bun, el panecillo. So the hamburger bun is round and a hot dog bun is long. So I asked him, is my breakfast going to be long? And he said, no, sir, it's going to be round. Pancakes. All right. Well, at least I didn't tell you a sappy joke. Sappy? No? Sap? Well, sap is the fluid that comes off a tree. You say savia. Savia? Sap, right? So when you make syrup, maple syrup, it comes off the maple tree, el árbol de arce. So you get that sap, and then it goes through a process. They boil it, lo hierven, they do different things, and it turns into syrup, right? So what does sappy mean then? Well, no, we just learned the word sap, and sappy means muy sensiblero, sentimental, pasteloso. At least I didn't tell you a sappy joke. We're talking about syrup. No. Okay, all right. I'll stop. But after these next couple jokes, what's the difference between Facebook and a restaurant? Okay, we might get censored here because you're not allowed to talk about the. Not allowed. What's the difference between fake book, lo llamamos fake book, and a restaurant? Easy. A restaurant usually has a good host and servers that work. No. What's the difference between fake book and a restaurant? A restaurant usually has a good host and servers that work. Anybody in IT will get this one. So a host in a restaurant is the maitre d'. The host is the person that seats you. Okay? El que te lleva. How many are in your party, sir? There are 4 of us. Table for 3. That's the person you first see when you walk in the door, usually. The host, the person who receives the guests, anfitrión, right? Now, also, a host is in informática, es un servidor that hosts, alberga. So if you think about it, the words are related, but host. So let's vamos por partes aquí. So a restaurant usually has a good host, o sea, tiene un buen servidor, no, que es donde se almacena, but also tiene un buen maitre d', no, la persona que te recibe en el restaurante. And a server is also another IT term, but as I just said before, a server is another way to say waiter. So 2 jokes in one. I love it. What does a UK chess player say when he goes to a restaurant? What does a UK chess player, jugador de ajedrez, say when he goes to a restaurant? Easy. Checkmate. No? Checkmate. All right. Well, you have 2 ways to pedir la cuenta in English. You can ask for the bill or the check, right? And you say, I always say, may we have the check, please? Whenever you get a chance, the check or the bill. So what does a UK chess player say when he goes to a restaurant? Checkmate. La cuenta, colega. But also checkmate is jaque mate. Checkmate. Okay, all right, I'll stop. Only after I tell you this other one. Why do strip malls love renting space to Chinese restaurants? Strip malls son los centros comerciales estos, the long ones, right? that are just kind of like cuatro, cinco cosas. They're smaller shopping centers. So why do strip malls love renting space to Chinese restaurants? Because they're low maintenance. They're low maintenance tenants. They're low maintenance tenants. They're low maintenance. No. They're low maintenance. They're low maintenance. No. All right. Well, I guess we need to know that low maintenance, que no hay que preocuparte mucho con ellos. They're low maintenance, que no requieren mucho. Mantenimiento bajo. They're low maintenance, right? But also lo mein is a kind of food. Lo mein, chicken, lo mein noodles, right? And lo mein tenants son los arrendatarios, the people who rent are called tenants. So do you get it? Low maintenance. All right, time to move on to famous birthday trivia.
Birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's famous birthdays only on the show with no name. And as always, this is a section where we take a look at some famous people who are celebrating a birthday today, my amigos. All right, let's see if you know who these people are. The first person was born today in the year. My computer has decided to freeze up over here. I know what happened. I was talking smack about Facebook, and now my computer has totally frozen up. Oh my goodness. Guys, coincidence? Conspiracy? I don't know. The good thing is, I don't need my computer. I've got it here on my phone. The first person was born today. Yeah, what's up now, Facebook? What's going on now? I got a backup here, baby. What are you going to do? What you going to do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? The first person is a late night TV show host in the United States, quite famous. He used to have a show called Crank Yankers, where they used to prank call or crank call people. And he was born today in 1967. What else can I tell you about him? He's one, I'll give you a clue. I'll give you 50-50. He's one of the Jimmys. There are two famous Jimmys who are hosts. He's one of them. Number two, his name is Mayordomo. At least his last name is Mayordomo in English. He was born in 1969 in Scotland. And, well, he was in Tomorrow Never Dies, Tale of the Mummy, Dracula 2000, and many more. Also, Reign of Fire, Lara Croft, very famous actor. And I'm an expert here, but quite good looking as well, if I'm not mistaken. And last but not least, in our famous birthdays here, and again, I apologize if you're in the live stream right now, because there's not very much I can do about the live stream. But the good thing is the audio is not recorded on my computer. See, I'm always thinking a step ahead over here. All right, and our last birthday person here, it won't let me open it, so I've got to go to my home here. Let's see, documents. Don't worry, we got everything here, folks. We got it right here. And our last person was born today in 1947. An Italian-American actor, very well known for playing Fat Tony. Fat Tony in The Simpsons, but he's been in so many other movies. All right, so let's see what we've got over here. Let's see if anybody was able to figure them all out. Let's see. We've got Chris Van Roll. Unbelievable, Chris. Happy birthday to Jimmy Kimmel, Gerald Butler, or Gerard. I think is it Gerald or Gerard? I don't even know. Gerard or Gerard. It doesn't matter. Butler es mayordomo in English. That's the important part. And Joe Mantegna, who is an awesome actor, and he also plays Fat Tony in The Simpsons. And that'll bring us to our Say What soundbite today. This is Fat Tony, and he's played by birthday boy Joe Mantegna. And he goes, I apologize for my tardiness, porque he llegado tarde. I ran into some old acquaintances. Topé con otros conocidos. Sadly, my Anna Maria was whacked by natural causes. Now, that doesn't make sense. You die of natural causes. You get whacked as you get killed. O sea, le mataron por causas. Just think of the absurdity. We said to whack somebody's to kill them. So she was whacked by natural causes. That's the funny part there. I bring flowers to her grave every Sunday. Here's Joe Mantegna playing Fat Tony on The Simpsons.
I apologize for my tardiness. Sadly, my Anna Maria was whacked by natural causes. I bring flowers to her grave every Sunday.
All right, folks, and it's time for Name That Lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is... No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
Name that lyric, and great job to each and every one of you in today's show with no name. You did a really good job. And as always, keep up the great work and stay tuned because we've got Ximena Holiday up next and her awesome program, Test Your English. Thank you again for being here with me today and every day and learning with us. And today's song, I'll give it to you. It's a group I really love. The group is called Rise Against. If you haven't heard of them, well, I've talked about them here on the show. The song is called Satellite, and get ready to rock when I play it, amigos. I'm going to dedicate it to you guys because you rock like this group, Rise Against. Again, wonderful job. And the lyrics go like this. You can't feel the heat until you hold your hand over the flame. Okay, no puedes notar el calor hasta que pongas la mano sobre la llama. You have to cross the line just to remember where it lays. Tienes que cruzar la raya solo para acordarte de dónde queda. You won't know your worth now. No sabrás tu valor until you take a hit, hasta que recibes un golpe. And you won't find the beat. No encontrarás el compás. Until you lose yourself in it, hasta que te pierdas en ello. And then he says, that's why we won't back down, we won't run and hide. We won't back down, no vamos a retroceder, we won't run and hide. All right, amigos, thank you so much, and we'll be back tomorrow with more, I promise. Sing it with me if you want to follow along. You can't feel the heat until you hold your hand over the flame. Nice job, amigos. And thanks for learning and laughing with us here every day on the show with no name.
Newsflash. We interrupt our regularly scheduled program to bring you this breaking news. Attention all Show with No Namers. As of January 2024, the Show with No Name live stream will be available exclusively to my patrons. If you'd like to continue to watch the show daily and participate in real time, join us at patreon.com/Alberto Alonso. And what is Patreon, you may ask? Well, as many of you know, I've been teaching for over 20 years. I've taught all kinds of people, from famous folks to young kids. And with a background in acting, I love communication. I have a radio show that's been on the air for 15 years and a very successful podcast called FYI. I've also written 5 books and have appeared on numerous TV and radio programs. But the thing I'm most proud of is this curious community on Patreon that we are creating every day together. And I really think you should join us. For as little as €3 a month, you can have access to Show with No Name live stream daily. Every week you can get a bonus episode of FYI. Also PDFs so you can follow the podcast. And the moment you sign up, you'll have access to an archive of over 1,000 posts. You'll also get early access to all my content. And a new feature, a chat, so you can have direct access to me and your fellow students. And most of all, you'll be a part of a curious community of people just like you, English explorers. Consider joining us on Patreon for as little as €3 a month, and you'll get access to so many English resources. And I highly recommend you sign up for a yearly membership. This way you make a commitment and you'll also save 10%. And don't take my word for it. Just ask some of my interstellar students.
I've already improved my pronunciation, and as a consequence, I've gained a lot of confidence in my speaking. Thanks to our weekly review class and our monthly masterclass, where, by the way, to top it off, we have a lot of fun. In a nutshell, if you are willing to better your English, and much more, in a fun way, you won't regret it if you join us.
Alberto is a passionate teacher, an excellent communicator, and what I think is key, he's able to put himself in the student's shoes. He's always willing to help. You'll have access to a wide range of topics every week, bonus content, vocabulary receipts, weekly review classes, monthly master classes, and so on. I think it's much more than just learning English. So go to Patreon, have a look around, and give it a try.
Because it has helped me keep my English in check and improve my language skills in the most fun way, because his podcast is really, really, really entertaining and fun, and so are the classes that we have afterwards to revise and go over the vocabulary and just discuss interesting topics. So if you're considering becoming a Patreon, don't hesitate, because that's a great way to improve your English.
We now return you back to your regularly scheduled program.